Hello, everybody. I'm trying to have a technical analyze on Bitcoin and all other cryptocurrencies, and probably share my practices in YouTube. And it's all my practices. It doesn't mean anything. So for doing this technical analyze in the Bitcoin USD, I've put my scale on daily. My candles are daily. And first of all, I'm trying to put it in the weekly candles and see how it went through these days. So we see what we see. First of all, we need to indicate the pivots. We have one pivot over there and the other pivot right here. Well, we will use these pivots later to have better analyze. And right here, we have another pivot. We have another pivot here, another one right here, another one here. Well, actually, we have some other pivots right there, but these are the minor pivots. So we do not use them. We just ignore them. We just are looking for the major pivots, and that's it. We have pivot right here, another one right there, and it's creating its next pivot somewhere later. So by this pivot CC, and this is the starting point, well, let's see what's going on. The first pivot is right here, and the high pivot would be here. And the second pivot after that would be a kind of, it has a little bit of higher position, but the top pivot came down. It's not going up. So let's say it's making this trend line, but it's breaking later. It's broken. All right. Whenever we have one pivot at the bottom and the other pivot at top, when the second bottom pivot is at the higher position, and the second top pivot would be also the higher position in related to the previous one, we would say it's going up. The trend is upward. Well, anyway, first of all, we would figure out the static lines, the static lines where the price has been reacting to this line. For example, right here, you would see that the price been reacting to this line, and when it came close to this line, it pushes the price upward. So we have one static line right here and one other static line right here. Where is it? Right here. So we will see that when the price reaches this line, it is struggling to break it. But when it breaks, it goes up. It's broken. By the way, we'll see it later, but we also have another trend line like this. Well, yeah, kind of like this. I thought it's been reacting in this position, but it's not been reacting. Another static line that we may see is right there. That may look useless to me because it doesn't look like we reach again this price, so it's kind of useless. And by the way, as we are defining the trend lines, I would like to define also this trend line, which is not static, but it exists, but it doesn't fit very well to this trend. So I might also find another trend line right there, which is not also fitting for this one. You see, this is the trend and this is our trend line. The trend is always like in the higher position. So by the way, I would keep them. We'll switch back to the daily candles. All right, in the daily candles, we'll define also some other pivots with another color. Let me see if I can choose the color. No? All right, I will change my, yeah, it's changed. Okay, we have one pivot again right there. and the other major pivot right here. And yep, probably one right there. It's, yep, let's make it a bit better. Okay, we have another, let's remove them, huh? Let's remove these, it's enough. By the way, I may have some mistakes in these analyzes, and it's supernatural because I am trying to have a practice. So if you see any problem or any mistake that I'm making, you can tell me whenever you see them. Okay, we see in this trend, we have figured out 5 pivots, and you see the bottom pivot right here, and this bottom pivot right there. The second pivot is in the higher position, and also in the top pivot, you will see it translated to the higher position. So in this case, we may say that it is going upward. Well, I will remove it because it was kind of very crowded. So do we find any other static lines that the price react to these lines or not? You can see again right there that the price also have been reacting to this line. You see when the price reaches this price, which is $108,000, it has a reaction. It pushes the price downward to some price like 75,000. And again, oh, let's see. We have another trend. We have another line that the price been reacted to the line. You see, late before now, earlier, when the price reached the $74,000, it's been pushed down to 50,000. And again, when it's broken, when this line is broken, it turned it went up and again turned down to this price. So this line is definitely an important line, maybe more important than this one, because you see this line is broken for many times. So I may delete it because I think we don't need it anymore. And to have a better screen, I will also remove this line to have more clear screen. And let's put another static line right here. So we'll see that our price been reacting to these 3 lines beautifully. The price reaches the lines, the line declines the price, it pushes the price downward, and you see when the line is broken, the price will get down later on these lines. So these are kind of important lines. We have found these static lines, and let's find some other trending lines. You see many reaction we have right here, what kind of reaction right there, another reaction right here, another reaction right there, and it's broken here, but it returns to the price in this position. So this is a strong line. And probably, it is not 100%, but probably the price will also return to this line, touch this line for another time, because we have 1, 2 reactions. We kinda, I'm not sure if we can say reaction for 2 times right there, and it's broken. The price right now may probably return to this line. It is not 100%, but it is probable to return to this line. We'll make it nice. It's very big. Okay, we remove it. We find another arrow right there. Probably the price will return to this line, or it may go upward. We'll see which one is going to happen. Okay, let's find out if we have any trend line. Let's connect our pivots. You see that we have a pivot right there. What color is better for this one? Black. Black is good. We have one trend line right there and another trend line right here, which is connecting these pivots, the higher pivots together. So for me, it kind of like a channel. These two trend lines are likely parallel to each other. So let's see if they are really parallel or not. I will put one here and the other one here. No, it's not parallel. If I, no. As we are trying to fit it in, but it doesn't want to fit in. You see, it is good right here, but the shadows came out. Well, it has kind of reaction right here. And should we say, is it a pivot right here? So if we remove the black lines, no, the other line, yeah. If we remove the, well, it's removed. Where does it go? We change the setting. Where do you go? We remove the background, or make it like 5%, or 2%. I don't want to see the background very much. And we change the color to all black. Okay. And the other one black. And well, do we need the center line? We'll see it. Okay. It looked like we have been missing some pivots right here, and also we have pivot right there. We have figured it out before. If we say this pivot exists, then there you go. I want to remove you to have better view to see what is going on. Okay. We have pivot right here, right there, right here. You see this shadow came back to this static line, but it's not fully breaking this trend line because it is a shadow, first of all. And well, when you break a trend line, you need to show it. You need to have 3 candles after breaking to say, I am sure that the trend line or the static line is been broken. For example, right here, you have 3 also kind of strong candles right after breaking it that it says I've broken the trend line. But right here you see it is only a shadow, so it's not fully broken. All right, we fix it right here. We